Donald Trump's hypocrisy is never surprising, but always disgusting, because the lies and the betrayal coming out of MAGA world are always so blatant. This is a party that promised you wins on affordability only to show up and bend the knee as Donald Trump's tariff agenda wrecked the economy, imposed the tax on you, and helped his billionaire buddies. And the latest example of the corruption out of MAGA world from Marjorie Taylor Greene would be bad on its own, except Donald Trump's latest insane post just made it worse, and we're going to get into it all. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button, because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we can get into Marjorie's scandal and the insane Trump post that just made it worse, I want to start with what Democrats have to be messaging against this betrayal with, and that's what Bernie Sanders has to say right here.
Just a couple of political questions. President Trump suggested this week that the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is probably the favorite to take over the so-called MAGA movement. You know, he's from this kind of area. I mean, he's from Appalachia. He probably has appeal in red states and working class areas. Do you think him being an heir to the MAGA movement is something that should be concerning to Democrats trying to defeat MAGA?
Not my thing at all. I really don't know. I don't particularly camp. I think he has nothing really, neither Trump nor he nor the Republicans of today have anything of significance to say to working class people. What they're trying to do is to divide us up. Oh, you're a Muslim, you're undocumented, you're black, you're gay. Let's divide everybody up so the rich can become richer. Our job is to bring people together. Doesn't matter to me. Who heads the Republican Party.
A complete abandonment of the working class is the theme of every Republican administration going back to Reagan, and it has never been more clear than in Donald Trump's administration. This is a collection of billionaires looking to undermine and break public goods, to privatize them for other billionaires to make billions of more dollars off of, while screwing you. Just look at tariffs. Every small business is being rocked by Donald Trump's idiotic trade war, while Tim Apple and Jeff Bezos get their little carve out, make sure they're protected, make sure the stock is still bumping up so they can throw themselves $50 million tacky parties at our expense. And Donald Trump doesn't care about that. And neither does any other Republican railing against the elites that they can't stand. It's fake populism, and I'm just tired of it, especially when someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who tries to channel this right-wing populism, just gets caught in the act. And that is exactly what happened to her, and what made this post from Trump that we're going to check out so bad. Marjorie Taylor Greene responded to an article on Twitter titled, "Marjorie Taylor Greene's net worth jumped $21 million since joining Congress, top 6 stocks she was buying amid tariff chaos." Greene wrote on Twitter, "I'm fed up with the outright slander and lies about me because I'm unapologetically America first, and I'm demanding AIPAC register as a foreign lobbyist, and I refuse to vote for U.S. taxpayers' hard-earned money funding foreign aid in foreign wars. I've owned my family's construction business for well over 2 decades and made all of my net worth before I became a member of Congress in 2021, and all of my public financial disclosures show this. I am so proud of my company's success and hard work, and there is not anyone who can shame me for being a successful business owner, because thankfully I've lived the American dream. You can go to hell. I am fighting to ensure that my children's generation is able to do exactly what I have done." Well, as a member of your children's administration, you're not Marjorie. You're screwing us over. You don't stand up to hedge funds buying up housing. You don't stand up to a president who is allowing tariffs to wreck our economy. You don't stand up to AI regulation that is destroying the very entry-level jobs that my generation needs to break into a workforce that your generation won't leave. Just take a look at Congress. It's a perfect example, but I digress. What is important here is the hypocrisy that Trump doubled down on with this post right here. Trump wrote on Truth Social, crooked Nancy Pelosi and her very interesting husband beat every hedge fund in 2024. In other words, these two very average minds beat all of the super geniuses on Wall Street, thousands of them. It's all insider information. Is anyone looking into this? She is a disgusting degenerate who impeached me twice on no grounds and lost. How are you feeling now, Nancy? I agree, not with Donald Trump, but the obvious fact that congressional stock trading should have been banned decades ago. This never should have been allowed. Donald Trump does not believe that, though. Donald Trump and his family have been cashing in on their insider trading. Donald Trump sending out a Truth Social post, buy, buy, buy. Don Jr. telling people Bitcoin's going to the moon. They are all in on the grift as your 401k has fluctuated, suffered. The people who on Liberation Day liquidated to a 10-20% hit on the value of what they took out out of fear that Donald Trump would continue to crash the economy, a rightful fear. Donald Trump doesn't care about any of this. If he did care, he would say something to his buddy Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has been more than happy to engage in all the insider trading and is up big. But he doesn't. This is just projection from Donald Trump. But it raises the important issue that Democrats haven't captured this issue. And it's because there are still those in our party who engage in congressional stock trading, who are taking billionaire money, who are taking corporate PAC money, who are still controlled by their donors. We cannot allow that to happen. This is our issue. We have to be unanimous in fighting for it. We have to get it done. And no one is advocating that more than Bernie Sanders. And this clip I thought was just so perfect.
My belief, and I think the belief of everybody here, is that West Virginia is not going to succeed until the American working class succeeds as a whole. So, having said that, my question is this. How do we get the corporate wing of the Democratic Party, who is just as guilty of taking money from billionaire causes, to embrace a progressive working class agenda, because it's about time?
What's your name?
Max.
You're going to lead it, Max. Look, Max is absolutely right. I am here in Mingo County and proud to tell you I'm the longest serving independent in the history of the United States Congress. All right? All right? I caucus with the Democrats because they're better than the Republicans. But you're absolutely right. Anyone here thinks that the Democratic Party has not been significantly captured, and there are a lot of good people. I don't want to say this is true of everybody, because it's not. But if the leadership has not been captured by that same bloody billionaire class, you'd be wrong. They have. And what we've got to do, you can do one of two things. Number one, you can simply move to take over the Democratic Party. All right? It ain't as hard as it looks like. They're not. That means coming to meetings. Take it over. Run your own candidates. Okay? You know, somehow you think, I got to impress upon people. You know, I was elected mayor of Burlington, Vermont, the largest city in Vermont, in the early 80s. I didn't know a bloody thing about how to run a municipality. But I wanted to learn, and I'm not dumb. You can run for office, learn. You can do it. You can do it. So that is the main thing. This state was once one of the strongest Democratic states in the country. And I think people gave up on the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party gave up on them. So take it back. Don't ask, take it. I mean, this is an unprecedented moment in American history. We've got to be bold. You want that
My generation, more than any other, wants to see this dark money out of politics. This is an issue that, unfortunately, too many young people who don't tune into politics regularly see as a problem plaguing both sides. And it largely is. Yes, there are Democrats controlled by corporate money and billionaire money. That still happens. We don't even need to get started on AIPAC, right? But what that is not is an equally bad problem within both parties. The most corrupt president in history is a Republican being encouraged to grift billions of dollars from other Republicans. Sure, there are problems on both sides. They are not equal. And people will not know that until all Democrats turn down billionaire money, corporate money. We have to stand up to corruption and be loud and do it together. Bernie continued to make that great point right here.
West Virginia currently has 4 members of Congress. We're down from 5 recently. Not one of them is willing to come here and do what you're doing, so I want to say thank you. I know that they're not willing to come here and meet with us because I have called every single office, their state offices, the D.C. offices, and they're not willing to come here. That's not on their agenda. It's not on their plan. And so my question is, as a member of Congress, what can we do aside from calling and writing letters and begging to be scheduled for meetings? I've never felt more powerless in my entire life. And that's saying something because I'm a native of southern West Virginia and we're historically just a forgotten people.
The answer is not an easy answer. But the answer, and by the way, one of the reasons I'm here in Mingo County is I remember a little bit of my American history and the struggles that your miners fought here. So they were fighting oligarchy way back when. And then some of them lost their lives in that struggle. Look, to answer your question, in my view, is you need a political revolution in this country. And what does that mean? It means that we need to start electing people who are accountable and from the working class rather than people who are busy raising money from billionaires.
If Democrats want to win, we have to be emphatically anti-corruption. It is the biggest issue in our politics today. Senator Ossoff said it. Citizens United was the worst court decision we have seen in modern American history because it has allowed billionaires to control our politics and politicians to control what they want out of their jobs, to not be able to be reined in by their voters, to not be confronted with the reality that they are servants of us, not their donors. No. They have got to get away with whatever they want. That's got to end, and it's got to be Democrats making the case against it. Progressives are, I'd like to see everyone else fall in line. And we're going to continue to talk about that on this show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.